It's hard to believe that the semester ends in literally 3 weeks and they're doing some work outside. Let's see what it is. Oh, they haven't started yet. They're going to start though. Anyway, yeah, the semester ends in 3 weeks. Can I flip this around? No? Interesting. So, semester ends in 3 weeks. Fuck, truthfully. And I woke up to a message this morning telling me all the modules except for the final exam were open for one of my classes. So that's cool, as I won't have to worry about due dates or anything. I can just get it done. I think this is the earliest I've been out of my bed this semester. I think it's what, 9 something? I don't know, I don't have a watch on me. Yum. Fuck. What am I finna do? I'm going to walk across to the other side of campus, and I'm going to find a place and try to do homework, I guess. I don't know yet though. God, this is terrible to do with just one arm. The hell is that? Oh, it's a truck. So yeah, I am going to go do that. And then I'm going to do my one online class today. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the day. So I don't know if I told you this yet, but the semester ends in 3 weeks. And so I have been tasked with finishing all of my classes. And so that's what I'm going to do. But first, we have to find a place to finish our classes because I have left my dorm to get some sunlight and to just be outside my dorm earlier than I usually have been. So that's what I'm doing. I need to find a place to do my classes. I'm not gonna go. I have to find a place that's like, it doesn't care that I'm loud. I guess that would be Marston. But this would work too, right? I don't think so, actually, now that I think about it. I think I actually have to go back this way. Fuck, I didn't want to do that. You know what, actually, if I can find a place outside with Wi-Fi, that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't really need to pay attention for this class. More or less, I just need to have it on and maybe answer like 2 questions if he asks the class something. And then from there, just go somewhere. Or from there, just like, you know, pretend I'm doing something.
Those equations são
Actually, let me ask him. I have to ask this guy a question because what are these? The fucking vending machines in my dorm don't fucking work. You can't use credit card to buy anything at all. So hold on. Excuse me. I have a question. Are you the one that goes around to all the vending machines? If you, yeah. I was gonna say, because the one in Graham on the ground floor, I can't get the card thing to work for the, what is it, the, you know, the Apple Pay thing. It always like says payment not complete, even if you have like money
I'll
on
have
it.
to call that in, because they'll have to come out and look at it and see what's wrong with it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, what, is it the one with the CFDs in it, or is it the glass front? At Graham.
The CS, it's the CS, so it's not like this one. It's like the old.
Is it the two outside?
No, it's the one, right, it's in the laundry room. On the
Oh, in the
ground
laundry
floor.
room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll call that one and have them come look at it.
Cool, thank you.
Yep.
There we go, and that's how we get things fixed around here. I probably should have called that in like months ago, but because it hasn't been working for exactly months. But I don't know, whatever. I finally got it done, even though it's only 3 weeks left in the semester. If you didn't know. Where should I sit, guys? Huh? Should I sit in the courtyards outside, or should I sit right here? My problem is I like to sit and watch people. I know that sounds a little strange, but I promise you, it's not as strange as it sounds. It's actually pretty soothing, because you just like watch people exist, and I love watching people exist. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Classes will start for another hour, I think. So I'm just going to sit here, pontificate about life, and go from there. So I successfully people watched. Kind of. I was just kind of sitting there, watching life go by. And I enjoyed every second of it. And while doing so, I saw 4 people who I know of, and I only knew 2 of those people's names. There's this thing where people know who I am and I know who they are, but I don't know who the fuck their names are. So it's kind of a little embarrassing, it's a little troubling, but ultimately, because they know who I am, because I guess my name's easy. I have a very recognizable face, and their face is recognizable too. But when it comes to name recognition, it's just so difficult. I used to be so good with names, it's not even funny. I was like, interesting. It was like, you would tell me your name, and even like 4 months down the line, I would remember who you are. And now it's like you tell me your name once, and I'm one ear out the other. It's really sad, actually, and I hate it, but that's just kind of how it is for me. I think it's because as I've grown older, I've come to realize that some things I just don't care about. So I'm not going to sit here and try to remember someone who won't be in my life for very long. And, you know, that has its consequences and its benefits. Its benefits is you don't have people just randomly come into your head sometimes, and the consequences are when you see them ever, you're like, oh, what's your name again? It's like, so that's really sad. So I'm sitting on the steps of whatever fucking hall this is. I don't even know. This was Peabody Hall. It was closed for a good while I was here, and then it finally opened, I think, either last semester or this semester. I don't know what it does or what purpose it serves. I think it's student involvement or some shit. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. It says Peabody Hall, Dean of Students Office, Counseling Center. Who knew? So that's cool. Always and forever, this place will have the worst way of letting people know about how things exist on campus and what's happening on campus. It's always you have to follow an Instagram page to know what's going on. I hate having social media on my phone. So, knowing what's going on is pretty difficult. And I don't want to follow 50 other accounts to see what the fuck's going on either. That's annoying. So, I don't know who I'd push it to, but there's an app that was integrated into the community college space that basically allowed you to have all your classes. Like if you signed in and like all your classes would be there. The bus routes would be on that app and all this other stuff. It was great. I don't know if it's something that can be installed on a campus like this. I think it could be, but I think class finally starts in 45 minutes, or close to it. I have to find a place to sit out and do it. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I might have to go inside to do class, which kind of sucks. I really like being outside because there's just more to look at, more to like get lost in, rather than being inside my room and realizing how much I still have to pack up and get ready to leave. But whatever. Hold on one second. So, as you can see, people are getting ready to set up for an event over there, right? I started to wonder, is this what life is as you get older? Is it, if you work at a university, is it setting up for events like this? Or is it doing administrative, busy work that doesn't really amount to anything because either no one checks their emails or no one responds, or people who tell you have the answers don't have the answers, or what? Like, what is life as an adult in the United States? Because I feel like it's extremely boring and extremely busy work, and you just have to find the fun in every little thing you do, which kind of sucks, but totally okay too. Hold on, maybe. Oh, okay, we're back. Yeah, that's all I have for now. I am going to, what am I going to do? I don't know. There's just so much to do. There's nothing to do, you know? There's so much time, but not enough time. You know? You know what I'm saying, big dog? You know what I'm saying? I gotta be honest, when this camera is like up close and personal, it looks great, but when you try to zoom in, it looks like, oh, it looks a little better. No, it doesn't. It kind of looks like shit. I wanted a 3 iPhone camera. Okay, so before we hang up here, so is a 3 iPhone camera a status symbol? Because I feel like a lot of people have the 3 iPhone camera for status. And so they kind of show it off a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Because one day I was in a meeting and someone made a comment about, I was joking about, I think, having money or some shit. I don't know what it was. And someone else said, really? I don't see 3 cameras on that iPhone. And ever since then, I've thought about the 3 camera iPhone as a status symbol more than just like anything else. Like, is it really that much to have, what is it? That much to have, oh my God, 3 cameras rather than 2? Like, I've held a 3-camera iPhone and I've used a 3-camera iPhone photo picture taker thing, whatever, and it is pretty good, I would say. And so I wanted to, but I don't need it, you know. I want a better camera. This camera's probably good enough, but I want one that's like amazing, you know. But anyway, I'm not getting that. Oh, they blew up Albert. Look, see that? Wow, Albert. Wow. Okay, I'm hanging up now. Fun fact about this elevator, it was broken yesterday. So now it works. Hopefully. We'll see. Please open. So I got to sit outside and do class. So that's what I'm doing. And I have to find a place to charge my phone because my phone's gonna die. Because after this, I think I'm gonna get Starbucks with my $15 Starbucks gift card. Oh yeah, Sonny. Yum. So, if you didn't know, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. My phone died, so I couldn't film anything, but there were some interesting conversations to be had. If I run into those people again, I'll try to get them on camera if they want to. What else is new? I am so fucking hungry, you have no idea. I think I want to go get something to eat, but I don't know where I'd go. The biggest problem is spending money. I don't want to do that shit. But I also don't want to walk home. But like, you know, it's like, what? You know, you have so many options, bro. So many disgusting fast food options. So right now, I'm literally walking the opposite direction of where home is. I'm gonna hold it down here because my arm's tired. Opposite direction of home, because why the fuck not? And I'm going to probably go visit somebody. Actually, let's go do that. Do we want to walk through? Do we want to go diagonal? Let's walk through. I'm gonna walk through. You ready? I'm not gonna say a word. You're just gonna look at people. Okay, so we walked through. It's open. So, let's see. Yeah. We'll visit somebody, see what they're up to, and then probably actually walk home. Or, you know what we could do? We could walk to work. That's what we could do. Work's always a fun time. So, let's go and do that. Well, damn. This is wild. So I completely, honestly forgot to film when I went in there. Yeah, I forgot to film. I think I'm gonna go across the street, see what the prices are. And if not, what was I originally gonna eat? It was gonna be that. Oh, Chipotle, that's what it was gonna be. Or the dining hall. Anyway, so I'm an RA, and in that role, what do? I interact with people, and that's honestly the best part of the role, is interacting with people, talking to others, learning about other people's lives, how they grew up, seeing how much more connected they are with their family than I am, whatever. And in this role here at this university, we have one-on-one meetings with either a GA or a, what is it? An RD or AC, one of the two, it kind of depends. So yeah, I have my meeting with the GA because I'm in a building that the GA handles, right? So, yeah, and literally not even. Well, I guess now it's been 5 minutes, but my GA, her boyfriend unexpectedly passed away, I guess, last week. So I will no longer be meeting with her for the end of the semester for anything. Which kind of sucks, because, well, it really sucks, because, you know, when you come into this role, your area and the people you meet with are your, at least for me, since finding any sort of people to hang out with at this place has been complete and utter dog shit. Being an RA has offered me a role in which I can be not only involved, but also help others in some way, shape, or form. But also just, I think the biggest thing growing up I realized is having a community. If you don't have a community, you're probably not going to have a lot of different things. So that's what the RA role has provided for me. I'm very lucky to have the role. I kind of just got a call over Christmas break saying, hey, you want this job? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, yeah. The first semester of that role didn't go so well, but now we're here in the last semester and it's going pretty well up until, I guess, now. So now I'm still gonna meet with the RD instead of the GA, but this is the reason why I guess in some ways act the way I do. If you don't know me, you probably don't know, but I don't care about a lot of shit, I guess. I don't know. I'm very much, like yesterday I wore one red shoe and one blue shoe. Like, that's the type of shit I do. Like, I don't, like, because in my mind, who fucking cares? That's what's going through my mind. Nobody fucking cares. People will act like they care, but in reality, they'll look at it, process it for 2 seconds, and then move on to something else. And I understand that very well. And so I am someone who just kind of does whatever, whenever I want to, as long as it's not hurting anybody. I'll say stupid, funny shit that probably should never be said out loud, but because it's me, I get away with it. So I'm very much just like I'm going to do whatever makes me happy in any way, shape, or form type shit. You know? So I was reminded how just random shit is in general. And B, just not to take things so serious. Because there's kind of no point of living with a round asshole. And you can just live like a normal human being.
Face the planet. Me in person, like, never, no one.
That's why I enjoy people watching. Just watching people exist is fun. wondering where they came from, what lives they've lived before they got to this point. It's all fun. It's all interesting and fun for me. I don't know, it kind of always has been, and it probably always will be. So it's I don't know, now I never met the guy either. I saw him, I think twice maybe. I saw a picture of him once, and then I kind of saw him from a distance a second time, but I never like formally met the man. But I know that she was happy with him and things like that, so that's always good. So it just, you know, it reminds you about how much there is in life and how much not to get upset about things, I guess. And this is also why I don't really follow stupid rules, or rules that I find really stupid.
But it hasn't been the same, because I feel you on that. I'm like waddling everywhere.
Like, if you have a rule that literally makes no sense to me,
I don't believe they ever called him before.
I'm probably not going to follow it. And I know people say, well, rules are there for a reason. Some of them aren't. Some of them literally, I think of so many scenarios in my life, and like sometimes I can't even think of a reason as to why something would be some way. And usually I can. But yeah. So I'll go back and there's. So yeah. That's unfortunate. It's sad. It's a permanent reminder. And it's just real shitty. Because she was going to move up to DC with her boyfriend and another friend. Because she'd just gotten a job in DC. Working for a government agency. So she graduated from law school. So that's hard as fuck already. And then figuring out the transition is even harder. But yeah. I don't know what I would do in this situation. Probably cry for one if my significant other just suddenly passed away. Yeah. That is unfortunate. But yeah. Other than that, I'm going to go find some food because I'm already on the complete opposite side of campus. I could go to the other dining hall, but it's always a disappointment. And I'm definitely not going to waste my swipes on a disappointment. That's really stupid. So yeah. Probably going to get chicken or Chipotle. I don't know. I actually have to make sure I can do that. Because if I can't, then I definitely will not do that. Fuck. I wish I brought my wallet with me. Alright. I'll see you again. Alright, so one last thing. Today I had literally just found out that the first friend I made when moving from one place to another in California, it was Jacob, and he was cool. I know his favorite team was the Pittsburgh Steelers. He loved football. We had met in the 5th grade, so like whatever 5th grade shit that we liked. Background became a thing back then, all this other shit. Anyway, so I had met him. We had, I guess, become friends, and then we became estranged as he became friends with somebody named Justin, who once called me a racial slur, and then, I don't know. The kid was weird. Thinking back on it. Anyway,
My cousin is good at photos.
anyway, yeah. So we had gone to the same middle school, and then I think we also went to the same high school up until I moved. He, me, a kid named Dylan, Nico, I think Tony too, maybe not. We all did football, like the summer football workout stuff. I would have continued, but my mom didn't let me. Because they were breaking the rules of the type of heat that we were supposed to be out in or something. Looking back on it, I totally should have just stuck with it. But I don't think, obviously, when there's a parent above you not allowing you to do so, it kind of just ruins the whole thing. But I was also complaining too. I don't know. The biggest thing that upset me back then wasn't the fact that it was like the whole heat thing. It was more the fact that I'd asked to try out for a position, and he said yes. And then like literally later in the day when we had the second practice, he was like, no. I was like, you piece of shit. Fuck you. So ever since then, I was like kind of bitter and spiteful towards the guy. Which turns out is probably not a good trait to have when you're trying to do a sport. But whatever. Let's see. 15th. So, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, Jacob. So yeah. I found out today through Instagram, through someone else I follow on IG he's also friends with that. Yeah, I guess he had cancer. And so either today or yesterday, he just had his last bout with chemotherapy. So he passed it or something. I don't know really how it goes, but he had his last session of it. So he looked pretty excited and happy. Yeah, I don't know, just the things that happen in people's lives as they get older. It's very strange and weird, you know? Like, also there was another kid I knew, his name was Kyler. He got diabetes at some point down the line. I met him when I was in 5th grade as well, I think, just going to the park. And he was not very nice, but it's whatever. Yeah, I met him. I don't know. It's whatever. But I saw him in high school, and like he also had diabetes. Like, oh, I had diabetes too. But we never really connected over that because we didn't really know each other. We just had mutuals, kind of. But anyway. Yeah, once again, life is short, all that other stuff. What did I do? I didn't do anything. What I was going to say is what do I need to do? I'll finish that fucking assignment, yeah. I turned in my GRA application for housing for my next university, so hopefully that goes well. Hopefully I get it. That'd be really nice. But, yeah. It's now 3 something, maybe 4 o'clock, I don't know. Kids have gone home. I'm going to sit inside and do my work until it's time to go. Even though I can go at any time I want. I'm going to go when I feel like it. Well, it is that time of day as everybody has gone home and the traffic will be up to my ass. But thank God I don't drive. Today, I just found out that the university just banned TikTok, WeChat, and any other, I guess, foreign-made app, primarily Chinese, on the campus Wi-Fi. I don't use TikTok, so I don't care. But for the people who use Weibo, if you don't know, a lot of universities love the revolving door of international students because A, it's money, B, they make your rankings look good, and C, it's just good to have people educated in the world in different places. So what happened was the Florida legislature likes to do these, what are they, culture war things. The first one that DeSantis thought that he won was the Disney one. He ended up losing that one. But the one that he did just win is the banning of TikTok and anything that's primarily Chinese. So now we'll have a bunch of Chinese students who cannot communicate with their family on the UF Wi-Fi. So they have to use data. Now this is, in my opinion, kind of a big deal, as it completely shuts off communication for a fat group of students on campus to talk to their families back home. Completely unprompted, well, sort of, and due to just outright ridiculousness of politics in America. So now we are suffering and facing, well, the university students that still have to deal with this shit will be suffering and facing with the inability to go on their favorite app, as some buildings on campus don't work with 5G. Like the building I was just in, I was walking down the stairs with, their shit does not work with 5G. I try it all the time, it doesn't work, and I can't get the fucking internet to connect to my phone or computer unless I'm in a classroom and not in the bathroom. So that's lame. It's always a damn shame. So I also wonder if this is going to change because this university, for some odd reason, gives you shit way too much of a fuck about its ranking. Currently, it's one of the top 5 public universities in America, which is not true because it's tied with 2 other schools. So in my mind, you're either top 5, like number 5, or you're not number 5. But there is no tying. What is this? So they're tied, and so they are. They like sold a bunch of merch with it. The like top 5 shirts. They had these banners that had top 5 university on it, public university, and a bunch of kids stole those. They put them up like every 2 months, and every 2 months all of them were stolen. And they put out a request saying not to steal them because over like $700 something of stuff was stolen or some shit. I don't know. I didn't care either. So anyway, the university likes to parade itself up as this top 5 cultural place university. But now it's soon becoming, due to Florida legislation, a place where diversity, equity, and inclusion groups on campus probably will not be a thing anymore, because one of the legislations in the House of Representatives in the state of Florida or whatever is considering banning that at all public universities and private universities. The ability for Karens on campus, or not Karens on campus, Karens in the public sphere, like in parents or just people who don't understand anything, they themselves make it so difficult for public places to operate, as they'll complain about any little thing ever, and it's really annoying. But yeah, these are issues that the university and the students are going to have to deal with probably in the coming years, and I can't wait to see what happens, because in my mind I have this idea of what it's like to fight against an organization that you feel is not doing its best job in presenting you or representing you. And that representation comes from what happened in the 60s when they did like the sit-ins and they did the walkouts for education and things like that, for segregation and all that stuff. And I don't think this generation of people has it in them to do those things, because there are always workarounds to things, so they don't really feel like it's necessary to fight against those issues as hard as they probably should. So that's really upsetting and really sad. And yeah, it's really weird. It's really sad. It's sad that the world has come to this, and the United States, and it's sad that the United States has decided to. Some people in some places in the United States have finally started to go full circle and full press on the gas when it comes to fighting against China or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, on other news, I read a study. By reading a study, I read the title, and then I read the comments, and the comments reinforced the idea of it's not who you know, it's what you know. No, it's not what you know, it's who you know. As I think a study out of a university put out that a bunch of people in a bunch of high-level places were in fraternities in college. So a bunch of presidents, senators, who else? Presidents, senators, congressmen, shit like that. They were all in high-level positions, and they were all in fraternities, and that rings true. As being at this university, I have rushed, I was initiated, and then I dropped. But in that process, I've also met people in fraternities, and I still know people in fraternities who know other people, and they are uberly wealthy. Some of them are uberly wealthy, some of them are not uberly wealthy, some of them are, what would you call it? I don't know, what would you call it? Some of them are just like super well off. Like some people's parents own a boat, or have vacation homes in other fucking states, and it's like, how the fuck, what, how, what, huh? I thought the economy was bad. What are you talking about? You have a whole vacation home. Anyway, that's my point. Is a bunch of people have a bunch of different things, and they all have resources and things like that. Sorry, I'm blammering on. I mentally just crashed in my head. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it's just made me think about what I'm going to be doing with my life, and the school that I'm going to end up going to, in a way, is like a fraternity, but not really, because the school I'm going to is going to be an Ivy League school for my master's program, and I'm super excited. So I hope to leverage that and meet a bunch of high-profile people who will maybe help me reach my goals in what I would like to do. And I was also thinking maybe it would be worth it to actually join a fraternity in my master's program, as it is not about what you know, it's about who you know. And if I'm going to be successful in getting anything done at what I want to get done, I think I have to know a bunch of shit, a shit ton of people, you know? I gotta know who's who and who's what and who's why and why is who, you know? It's just like, you gotta know this shit or else you're fucked. So we'll see. We will see what it's like. Hopefully I can get my housing stuff all situated and I get that in. But yeah, that's it. I'll see ya. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna add this, but I have a dinner to go to tonight at 6:30. As a friend of the Jewish community, I am going with my friend who's Jewish, it's Passover. So we're going to eat dinner at a place called Hillel. And hopefully the dinner is yummy. I'm so hungry. Holy fuck, I'm so hungry. Okay, alright, that's it. So if I don't film it, I'm sorry, but if I do, cool. Yeah. Okay, so what am I thinking of? The video is now over. I did not film anything from the lunch thing that I went to, or dinner thing. So now I'm going to, upload the video. All right, goodbye.